So you go back, follow. She never put a candy, but you back up inside, said
Last week, there were a lot of questions. So within the hour, Seattle could not answer all the questions. Therefore, he will continue to answer the questions this week. Mila made a comment. We take time. I had Daliva, ye, me, li. You check out Marty by the way. How about it? Very Daliva, you check out. Time they got Daliva, you check out Marty by the way.
The liver keep on the jail at home. The liver shoot higher than the jail. We are legal on the home.
This is with regard to question from Milan. What is the purpose of the four elements, water, earth, fire, and air in meditation sitting? Nasiado is not so clear about this question. What do you mean by this?
You can say just general about these four elements. Why they exist, what kind of purpose.
What?
Like just general about these four elements. Why they exist, how they affect our body, something, metabolism.
You already made about it. Deliver. She was like she does you go kind of and better pattern in Monday.
Maybe they affect some body chemistry or things like this. I'm not sure.
We go kind of chemistry, not the same one. Think material made it the body.
By you, yeah, the liver is machine. When I go there, the liver she is so we deliver she deliver fire and yet and
or you could have put the question like this. There are four elements in the body. What are they? And what are the benefits by contemplating on these four elements?
We want not to here.
Because the question is not so proper, it will be a little difficult to answer this question.
The liver fire. By you, what is the guy? They are 2 years, they are 2 years, the liver. Vale, y deliver you. Deliver polar is Michelin. Two poor guy, Malawi, fire, Michelin. It's easier. We are very
The purpose in this question can mean many things. What are the causes of these four elements appearing? And what are the purpose of contemplating on the four elements? So with regard to the purpose, there can be manifold. What do you mean exactly? So Daliva ne Padavram Matilo made it along with him. Matilo made it.
Daliva Baba.
Daliva the Baba. I look him. Baja. Baja, Daliva, like my other days, Ella.
Deliver to Bali water and pure solution. But we are boy, Dizo, Amaganda, Soda, Wasita, and waiter. Don't leave flu share.
To answer this question, in general Pali term, they are known as Patavi, Abo, Tejo, Vayo. Patavi element means the element such as stiffness, tension. Apo means cohesion. Tejo means it is the element of temperature, cold, hot. Vayo means the element which causes the movement, tension, stiffness.
And I would have but we just come at Jalan is the war. My joy is the war. Something I need could not keep the salary. Some winning, she did it the door and he said, and really, you get to me up. And I was very good at Kivan and City to allow it some TV. My journey is going to be through my city and my journey to work out. But we that me that any meter got it and I could have Bantu me in it, Johnny, so music. Some way Ata Georgia Yaro Coney Ho You go near the Yore Kama head on the machine. There you are Antuni Kama You are Sashi. Majority that is Sandy from the chapter Yava. We done a chapter council. Yena Sanji Machine, typical. Yoda, chapter Sanji Machine, level to your Majora. You was being on the same. In the same. the Sharia in the Kota. Sabuni, Kibra, Dito, and Yasabi, Unoki. And Martin is a war, Marquez is a war, Major is a war, but we got Diga to come. If we got to get a certain if we got the sale, he'll wait up.
In our body, we have the phenomena such as roughness, hardness. It is known as Pataviya. Now you have hair, skin, ring, teeth, etc. If you teach them, you will, if you touch them, you will find that it is rough, it is hard. And if you go and touch it purposely, whether you touch it by accident or whether you touch it purposely, you will find this kind of phenomena whenever you touch the hair, teeth, skin, etc. So it is a phenomena of hardness. It is known as Patavi in Pali. In our body, we have two different kinds of elements known as Pantu Mye, Chau Mye. Pantu here means such things as hair, flesh, your veins. If these are mixed with water, they will become sort of solid. This is known as Pantu. There are other things such as bones, teeth. These are hard by themselves. These are made up of lime and rock. Actually, in our body, there are 20 kinds of things like this. Because they are hard, they are known as Patavi. The phenomena is hardness, solidness. Because this earth element or Patavi is dominant, we call this Patavi. In other words, there are 20 Patavi elements in our body.
What you have to do is sit over in the machine. I don't know, majority of the world, Tasanji, Martin, the Sanji, Martin, your house will take over Mahu and go. You Sanji, I think a majority of the world. That was simple. The Sun, you going at several doing a Sanji, Madame TV. The majority of the world is probably they have a majority of the world. She is what she said. That's simple. Every Sanji, the wing can use the majority, the young can use majority. The wing will be a you will be a you are never, the wing are never majority of football. You are never majority of football. The whole of Sanji they come on Mata Dali. Yeah, that's it.
These things may have different names, but they have only one phenomena. What is this? Hardness. If you touch by accident, or if you touch purposely, such things as your flesh, hair, or the bones, you will find them to be hard. And this is the real phenomena of Patavida. So, whatever the materials are, there is hardness, phenomena of hardness only. It is true Patavida. You can experiment yourself. You can touch your hair, you can touch your flesh, you can touch your bone. If you touch your hair, you will find that it is hard. Actually, the hair, it is not hard. It is the phenomena of hardness that you will experience. Same thing will happen when you touch the bone. So this is the phenomena of hardness only. So it is the real Patavi.
So that a duet I won't buy any of the table. So Papa told me to edit that proceeded to another party. A long time will follow see so that don't care of the thing about that party. So the thing is, we have to decide.
So in our body, this hair, skin, teeth, etc., bones, teeth, they are not all Patavi elements. There are other elements present also in some ratios. Now, if you pound the bones, if you pound your teeth, they will become powder. Since these bones, teeth are in solid, we can say that there is an element which combine them so that they become solid. There is element of cohesion also, which will combine this powder into a solid. So there is a presence of Apo element there. But the content of Apo element is not as great as the element of Patavi. The element of Apo in this case is not so predominant.
So that the village is seen. I don't hear also, I'm with that chocolate. So the Papa didn't go to chocolate. Can I go send you to see my daughter to go? My hair to go, my hair and I would have hair about the Santa Mahone, 12 years, head out here. I'm going to what he will be very happy, but he could send you to the unity here. They level, you're out, they level, you're out. A lot of you. Yes, I'm going to talk to people that they look at the fire.
So, let us take the case of the flower. By nature, they are powder. If we put little bit of water, we can make the flower into a lump. These powder are the powder of Patavia. If you put a little bit of element of cohesion, they will become a lump. But if we have too much of the element of the lump, this lump can become decay. Therefore, what we have in this case is the element of the temperature. Temperature will make the lump not too wet and not too dry. If it is wet to a certain extent, this element of temperature will make it into sort of an appropriate temperature, to a degree of appropriate temperature, so that they stay in a lump. Now, if we touch our body, we will find it hard. But we can say that there is an element of temperature in our body also. Not too hot and not too cold. It is an appropriate amount of heat we have. The element of Patui is present in our body, and these elements are spread out in our body.
When I go, you see that and foresee that, and I go there. Send a euro to you. Send a euro. DJ, I never you want to shower. The late, you do the one. DJ, the late, do it, straight. She get a penny, a whole penny. You let you let it see, you all are and I will ever see other people to Sabbath. Yeah, he directly that you see CG Surara, who you take Sabbath and Yena by the Sabbath. Yena in it, the same minute, but the very day, Seekers, Hallelujah. Let us study the level. So, she bear let's see that. See that the way that you do the not let you go to King here. I will send you some euros. The teaching I saw you King here, you see that the world. When see that the world is in Haran, our poor sending you
bile. Bile.
ဘိုင်းလား
There are 12 kinds of element of Apo in our body. It's a fluidity and cohesion, such as bile,
BILE
Timaga,
ဘိုင်း
pus, blood, sweat, and fat in our body. Now you will find that some people have more fat than others, and other things such as tears, and still other things such as oily matter. This kind of oily matter we can find on our face, especially when we do not wash our face. If we touch our face, we will find this oily element on our face. Saliva is also one of the element of Apo element. Snot is also one of the elements. So starting from bile up to the snot, or up to say urine, there are 12 elements of Apo in our body.
ဒီလိုနော်
So,
အဲ့ဒါကိုပဲ32ပါးဆိုတော့32ပုဒ်ထာသာကိုတိုင်အောင်ပြတ်ထား32ပါးတော့စိတ်ပိုင်း
so there are 32 such parts in our body. It has been said in the text.
သူတို့ဘာကအငွေ့ဓာတ်ပေါ့အငွေ့ဓာတ်ရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒီအငွေ့ဓာတ်ကလည်းပဲကျန်တဲ့မှာပြထားတာ၄မျိုးပြထားတယ်ကြည်ရနာဒီဆိုဒါစန္ဒဗနာဒီဆိုဓာတ်ဒီကျော်နဲ့ပါချကဒီဆိုဒီမျိုးပြထားအဲ့ဒီ၄မျိုးတွေကကြည်ရနာဒီကျော်ဆိုတာပဂတိကိုဝဲပေါ့normal ဖြစ်နေတဲ့ပဂတိကိုရဲစမ်းကြည့်ဒီကိုဝဲရဝဲလို့အဲ့ဒီဝဲလို့ရဟိုကခန္ဓာကိုယ်ကိုရည်ချက်စီဒီကိုရောင်လို့ရအောင်ဒီလိုတော့ဒီကနေ့ဒီပဂတိကိုရှင်းစမ်းဒီကနေ့ကမှကျောင်းအားလုံးလာတော့ဒီပတ်တဲ့ကားကိုသူစာပါတဲ့ကားကိုသူတကယ်ကိုငွေနဲ့နော်မယ်တဲ့ပို့လာတာရှိတယ်ဒါကလည်းလည်းတစ်ပြတ်ကြံကြအနေနဲ့ဖြစ်တယ်အဲဒီကိုငွေလာတဲ့လိုက်ကြတယ်တဲ့စန္ဒဗနာတီနဲ့ကြားတဲ့ကောင်ကိုကြားတော့ဒါဟာဒီရောဆိုတာတော့အလုံးလုံးပါတရားတို့တရားလေးကမကြနိုင်မကြတော့သိကျင့်တယ်တက္ကယောဂါကြီးဖြစ်တဲ့အခါကျောင်းယောဂါကြီးဖြစ်တဲ့အခါပြယောဂါကြီးဖြစ်တဲ့အလုံးလုံးလို့ပြောတယ်ဒါဟာဒီယောဂါဖြစ်တော့တရားတို့တရားလေးကြက်တောင်းအဲဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကြီးကခဏလေးနဲ့တည်နေတာမကြဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ရှင်းတော်မှသတိကျတာအကြီးကွာလာလို့စတယ်ဖြစ်တယ်ဒါဒီဆိုရင်ဘယ်ကြောင့်ဖြစ်ဒီကြောင့်လို့အဲ့ဒါလည်းခံရတယ်ပါစကတီဆိုဆိုတာကနေ့စဉ်စားလိုက်တဲ့အစားအစာတွေကြက်အောင်ချက်ပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒီဆို3မျိုးပေါ့အငွေ့တက်3မျိုးအဲဒီအငွေ့တက်4မျိုးပေါ့ဒါပတိအဝဒ္ဒတိပါ ပြတ်နှံ့ပြီးတော့ဒီဝိတ္တအများအားရှိနေတာတော့ဒီပရိပုဝိဇိနတိဇောနဲ့ပတ်စကတိဇောပေါ့ဒါအများအားတတဝနတိဇောနဲ့ဒါတိဇောကတော့ဒီလိုကပိတာမြည်ရနာကြောင့်ဖြစ်တဲ့အခါကျတော့ဆက်ပါ
So, in a body, the element of temperature is spread out in the element of Patavi and Apora. There are 4 kinds of element of the temperature. The first one is known as Gri Yana. This is a normal temperature we have in our body. This will bring us decay to our body, such as old age. Second element of temperature is known as Santapana. Tejo. Santapana Tejo. Tema. This will be predominant when we have fever or when we have a cold. This Santapana Tejo, they can rise, they can fall. The third kind of element of temperature is known as the heart. This is the extreme temperature such as 103, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we get this temperature when we have a particular suffering such as typhoid or plague. Since this temperature is or smallpox also, since this temperature is somewhat extreme, it has some serious consequences on our body, such as our hair may fall, our skin may have a burning effect. So there is a change in our body because of this particular element. Now there are still another element of Tejo known as Pajaga Tejo. This is the element of temperature which digests the food in our stomach. Out of these 4 elements, the first one, the normal one we have in our body, and the last one are there all the time. We have our normal temperature, the first one, and we have the Pajagat Tejo, which digest the food in our stomach. They are there all the time. But the second and the third element will be there when we are suffering from some sort of ailment. They are not there all the time.
ဒီလိုမျက်စိကနားထိုင်တာအားကိုင်းတာအရင်တော့လာဘုံလို့ဆောင်ဖြစ်တယ်ဒီနေ့တည်တော့ဖြတ်တော့မှတ်သားလို့ပြတယ်ရှိဖို့ကောင်းလို့ရှိတယ်ဘုံလည်းဘုံလို့ဆောင်ဖြစ်စေတယ်ပဂတိကိုငွေကြရှိနေတယ်အဲ့ဒါလောင်သူ့လောင်ကြမှုကြောင့်ပြရတယ်ဆိုတာသိရတယ်အကျိုးပြရတဲ့အကြောင်းကိုလည်းသိရတယ်တန်းကြည့်တဲ့လူဤကိုသိရမှာသူ့ကြောင့်ဘုံလို့ဆောင်ဖြစ်ရတယ်မှတ်သားတယ်ပြရတယ်
Jilana Tejo, the way it burns our body, we cannot see it. It is a normal temperature. But because of this element of temperature, our eyes become dim. And we do not hear properly. Our body becomes bent. We have fallen teeth. In other words, this element of temperature will destroy our youthfulness. It will make our body decay. Now when we see that we have become old, we are not like when we were young. We can say that this element of temperature has passed through our body. For example, when there is rain, the rain will flow from the higher ground to the lower ground. On the path, it will cross, for example, the grass. And later on, we will find that there is a channel. When we see the channel, we can say definitely that there has been a stream of water flowing through the channel. Similarly, when our eyes become dim, when we grow old, when our bodies become bent, we can say that the element of this temperature has passed through our body. If we know the effect, we can know the cause.
စိတ်ဆိုရင်ညစ်တော်လို့ပြတော်လို့လည်းမိလောင်တဲ့ခါပါတော့ညစ်တို့ပြည့်ပြီးလို့ညှို့ပြီးတော့ရုပ်ဆိုးဖြစ်တယ်နေရတယ်အဲ့ဒါဒီတော့တဲ့သက်သွားလို့တခြားအဲ့လိုပါခဏကမှလည်းကိုကပြောရတဲ့ကာလကရုပ်ကြီးတန်သွားမျက်စိနားတော့အယုစတယ်ဒီတော့တိုင်းကျက်လက်ချက်တော်သူကသက်တော်လို့ဒီကြီးကိုလည်းသူတို့ကသူရလာတယ်သိချတယ်
When there is a fire, the grass and the forest, we can see they have been burnt. So when we see that they have been burnt, we can definitely say that there was a fire. Similarly, in a body, if we find that there is a decay, for example, in our young days, our eyes, ears, teeth, they were very strong. But when we get old, they are not strong anymore. So when we find this situation, we can say that the decay is due to the element of Tejo, or in particular, Kri, the Nat Tejo. the normal temperature we have in our body.
မာရောတဲ့ဖွဲ့စည်းတဲ့မာတဲ့သဘောခဲတဲ့သဘောဒီရုပ်ထုသဘောတွေကိုမြင်းနဲ့တွေ့လို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဒီကြားထဲကနေပြီးတော့လေးဆိုတာဖြစ်ပေါ်လာတယ်ဒါဒီပြီးပြီးတော့ဒီတက်ဖြစ်ပေါ်လာတယ်ဒီလိုမျိုးပုံစံဒီပါလာဘူးအဲ့တော့ဒီသဘောတွေကိုဒီရဖြစ်တယ်အဲ့ဒီရတော့6မျိုးရှိတယ်
The element of hardness or cohesion, when they come in contact with the element of the heat, in between the elements there can be traces of air. Now when there is a fire, we can see that, we know that there is wind going around. This kind of air, there are 6 kinds.
အဲ့ဒီလေးဆောင်ရတော့အထက်တက်တဲ့ခန္ဓာကိုယ်အချက်ပဲတက်တယ်။နာချီတဲ့က၆ခုတဲ့ကဒီရောဒီဘောဘောတဲ့ကအားနဲ့ခါတဲ့တက်တဲ့ဒီကိုကြားတော့ဒီအောက်ဆုံးတဲ့ဒီလည်းရှိတယ်။အောက်ဆုံးတဲ့ခါကျဒီရတော့ဝင်သွားတဲ့ခါစသည်ကိုစီးသွားတဲ့ခါဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အောက်ထဲကဖိချလိုက်တာအောက်ဆုံး ဒီတော့ဝန်တွေလေးဟောလိုက်နေတာရှိတယ်ဒီတော့ဥပဝန်တွေလေးပေါ့သူကလွဲလို့ရှိရင်ကျန်တဲ့ခန္ဓာကိုယ်အတွဲပါနေတယ်လို့ဟောလိုက်ဆိုတာလေးဝန်တွေလေးရှိသူတို့မှရှိတယ်ဒီလိုရှိတယ်ဒီတော့ခန္ဓာကိုယ်အစိတ်ပိုင်းပဲချီစတယ်ပြတ်နှံပြီးတော့ ဝိသလူရှာကိုပြုတဲ့ကံလေးမှာအဲ့စိတ်ရဲ့ဆုံးဆုံးရဲ့အရာလေရောတစ်ချောင်းမှာပေါ့လေဒီသွားပြီးတော့ကြောက်လာပြီးရှင်းလာပြီးအဲ့ဒါလေးရှင်းလာအဲ့အင်္ဂါမိကလူလာတယ်အင်္ဂါကြည့်နေတယ်ဆက်ပြတ်ထားပြီးဖြစ်တယ်ပြီးတော့ဝန်သက်သက်တယ်လို့ဘုံသက်သက်ဝန်သက်လို့ရောအကောင်းကနေဝန်သက်သက်လို့အဲ့လိုဒီမှာလည်းမျိုးဆောင်းလို့ရှိတယ်ဒါလည်းအင်္ဂါပြေချောင်းဒီစနာတောင်းပြီးပြင်းနေတုတ်ပြီးရွေးတယ်ဆိုတော့အဲ့လိုတက်တယ်လို့
These 6 kinds of air or wind in our body, the first of the kind will go up our body. It will rise in our body. You will find this when we sneeze, when we cough, or when we belch. The air goes to the upwards of our body. There are also air that goes to the lower part of the body. For example, when we fart, or when we pass urine, or when we pass bowel, actually the air is pushing down them to the lower part of the body. There are wind in our stomach, but outside of our intestine. There are wind or air inside our intestine. And there is another kind of air or wind which are spread out in different parts of the body. This kind of element of the wind, whenever we have an intention to bend our, for example, to bend our arm, to stretch our body, this element of the wind will be pushing the different parts of the body. There's another one which is In breathing, out breathing. Whatever they are, they have the characteristic of hardness, tension, and movement.
ဒီမှာကိစ္စတူညနေဘုန်းကြီးတို့9နာရီ15မိနစ်ရက်ထွက်လာဒီကြောတွင်းမှာဘာအဖြစ်ရှိပါလိမ့်မယ်ဟိုတော့ဟဲ့လူကြီးရဲ့အရေးပဲနဲ့ပြောရလို့ရှိရင်ပထဝီဓာတ်20အဘောဓာတ်7တိဇောဓာတ်4ခုနဲ့ဝါယောဓာတ်6ခုအားလုံး40မျိုးရှိတယ်40မျိုးအစိပ်ပိုင်းတွေ
In conclusion, there are 20 kinds of Patavi, 12 Apo, 4 Tejo, 6 Vayo, altogether 42.
အဲ့ဒါအခြေခံယုတ်ကြီးတွေလို့ဆိုခဏယုတ်ကြီးတွေလို့ဆိုတယ်
Yogi.
ယုတ်
These are basic physical
ဘုရားလို့ဆို
Mahabhuta, known as Mahabhuta.
အဲ့ဒါဒီအားလုံးပေါင်းစပ်လိုက်တဲ့အခါကျတော့ဆိုင်ခဲတွေဖြစ်ပြီးတော့မာကျော်တဲ့ဟာလည်းဒီသဘောတူဆောင်တယ်။ယူရှိတဲ့သဘောဖွင့်တွဲတဲ့သဘောခဲတဲ့သဘောလည်းဒီသဘောတူဆောင်တယ်။ပူနွေးတဲ့သဘောလည်းဒီသဘောတူဆောင်တယ်။ထောက်ထားတာကန်ထားတာမရင်းရင်ရအောင်လို့